Hi guys, it's Martyn Ford here for Raycon 1. And now in this segment, we're going to be talking about my life, my lifestyle and training. How do I manage to train, work and still be a family man? A question I often get asked is how do I balance work, family and training? Well, it's pretty simple really. I try and organize each and every aspect of my life into time slots. So just like anyone at school, for instance, would, you'd have morning maths, afternoon science. I can't remember much from school, I didn't turn up, but that's how I think it went. It's exactly the same when it comes to planning how I train, I spend time with my family, and I also put time into my businesses. I have allocated slots and times, and I try my best to stick to it. I find by planning when I'm going to train, when I'm going to work, and when I'm going to spend time with the kids, is the best way to make sure that everything gets done in that week. Okay, now I've adapted my training over the last couple of months, which has caused me quite a few issues. When you go from traditional bodybuilding training back into sports, the body can be very stiff, it can be tired, and also age is a factor. So recovery has been a huge part of this journey. I'm seeing a physio, I'm getting massage, I'm having hot baths, I'm staying extremely hydrated, and I'm trying to rest as much as I can. The biggest part of becoming an athlete or taking sports seriously is really giving yourself time to recover from the sessions. So, if you're going to train hard, if you want the results, make sure you look after yourself outside of the gym as well as focus when you're inside the gym. Some of the key changes I've made when it comes to nutrition for the training for the MMA is I've switched around my macros slightly. So I've pulled down the amounts of protein that I used to have when I was focusing more on bodybuilding. I've increased the carb ratio because I'm burning excessive calories daily. So I'm finding that if I was trying to keep a high protein and a high fat diet, my energy levels weren't quite there, and I was also burning fat way too fast. So I've increased the carbs and I've been conservative with the fats and with the proteins. And I've found not only has this given me constant energy, it's also allowed me to recover faster and to feel fresher throughout the day. I think the big attraction and the draw to MMA training for me is the fact that you can get back into challenging yourself, stepping out of comfort zones, and every single session when you're training with someone else, it's a fresh challenge. And ultimately, as an athlete, you want to be challenged all the time. And as an individual who's successful, you constantly want to challenge yourself and challenge the environment that you're in. So for me, MMA was fantastic that it forced me to be the best version of me that I can. And every single week, the better I get, the better my opponents get. So I'm constantly learning and I'm constantly stretching myself and my abilities. And ultimately, that's what's going to make you a better individual and a better fighter. The areas that I need to improve on are my MMA fighting, all of them. In all seriousness, I'm going into a sport quite late in my life. I've done various bits throughout the last 20 years, but to take it on to a professional level, I have no doubt that there is no stone that I can left unturned. So every single session to me is important. Every single coach that I work with, I just have to absorb as much information as I can. And if I'm serious about this, I can't be missing sessions and I can't be taking it lightly. My go-to Raycon 1 supplements at the moment are the greens drink, which I find phenomenal, and it helps me a lot when I'm eating so much food throughout the day. Smashing the veg in at the same time can sometimes be somewhat of an issue for me. So I try and alternate every other meal and I make sure I'm taking plenty of the greens drink. The other supplements that I take before and after training are the glutamine and the creatine. I find these extremely helpful for recovery and for also increasing my strength. My three go-to exercises when it comes to training for fitness and power and strength will be deadlifts, squats, and dips. I find that these exercises combined in a session allow you to really stress the whole system and work 100%. Some of the common questions that I get asked by people who follow me are, wait for it, one, are you really that big in real life? And two, are you ever going to step into the cage? And the answers, yes and yes. I have a great relationship with my kids, and they are extremely proud of what I've managed to achieve and what I'm doing. It's often extremely humbling to hear your children talk about you with a smile on your face. So I think that the best thing for me about what's happened to me over the last 4 or 5 years is one, what I've been able to do for my children, and two, the memories that we're creating as a family. If I could say anything to my younger self, I'd say stop stressing. Everything works out in the end. Stay focused, work hard, and enjoy the process.